Okay. So this place is the birthplace of Vrindavan Das Thakur. We said he was the last disciple of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And Vrindavan Das Thakur was the son of Narayani. Narayani was the niece of Srivas Thakur. So you know how Srivas Thakur's home, the Srivasangam, was the place where the Sankirtan movement began with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Was the place where Lord Chaitanya held the nocturnal kirtans. So Narayani was a witness to many of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it's said that Narayani eternally eats the remnants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When she was a very small girl, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sometimes put his toe into her mouth and she would suck on his toe. And another time he would feed her the remnants of some pan which he chewed. He would often give remnants of his food to this little girl. At one point, Srivas Thakur was worried that the Muslims were going to come and arrest him. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Srivas Thakur, you don't have to worry. If they do anything to you, I will come and I will give evidence in the court. And I will ask them, bring any of your mullah, bring any of your big heads of your Muslim religion, bring them and ask them, can they make any of these living entities cry with love of God? If we bring some dog or hog or a cow or a horse, can they give it love of God? I can do it. And to convince Srivas Thakur, he called Narayani and he told Narayani, cry for Krishna. And on the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Narayani, who was just a little girl, she began to shed tears and flood the floor with tears coming from her eyes. And she rolled on the ground and cried in ecstatic love for Krishna. So Narayani received the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we can see the result that later on, when she's married, that her son became the Vyasadeva of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Just like Srila Vyasadeva described the pastimes of Lord Krishna, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur described all the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he is considered to be the Vyasadeva of Chaitanya Leela. So very important that to be born in the devotee family, these children, very, very special. Just like over here in Saranga Thakur's house, there's a set of deities from Shivananda Sen. So Shivananda Sen, he was also a very dear devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he had 3 sons. And his sons also had very intimate connection with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One of them, the youngest one, well, first of all, when Shivananda Sen's wife was pregnant, Lord Chaitanya congratulated Shivananda Sen. He said, oh, very nice. Your wife is expecting a baby. When she gives birth, you should name the son Puri Das. It was a joking name, really. But Lord Chaitanya was very happy to see that his devotees were having children. And he congratulated them. So when that child was born, when he was a few years old, they'd come to Jagannath Puri. And Lord Chaitanya asked the young boy to chant the holy name of Krishna. The child was given the name Paramananda, but Lord Chaitanya used to call him Puri Das. So Lord Chaitanya said, Puri Das, chant the holy names of Krishna. Chant the names of Krishna, Puri Das. The little boy was just... He wouldn't. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have given the holy name to all living entities, even non-moving living entities. I have enabled them to chant the holy name, but I cannot get this young boy to chant the holy name. However, Swarup Damodar Maharaj was there at the time. Swarup Damodar is the secretary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, no, my Lord, he said, the child has heard the name. You have already initiated him into the holy name. Within his mind, he is chanting the holy name. He's not revealing the mantra to anyone, but within his mind, he's received the holy name. Then sometime later, when the child came again, Lord Chaitanya said, Puri Das, recite. Recite for us, Puri Das. And this little boy who could not chant Hare Krishna before, when Lord Chaitanya asked him to recite, he recited a beautiful verse describing the glory of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. At this time, the child had not even begun education. He was still a little boy, uneducated. But by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he could recite, he could compose a beautiful poem and describe the glories of Lord Krishna. So this is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, how he was concerned for children. That little boy grew up to be Kavi Karnapur. And he wrote wonderful books about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wrote the Chaitanya Chandradaya Nataka, which is a drama about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. And he wrote also the Gaura Gunadesh Dipika, which describes the identity of all the people in Chaitanya Lila, who they are in Krishna Lila. So like that, he's a very... his books are very important to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So this is the result, born in a good Vaishnava family. So we take very special care for our children in Krishna consciousness, because they're the future of our Krishna consciousness movement. And we want that they will all grow up to be very nice devotees, and they will be a good representative of Srila Prabhupada's movement. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.